We also have other kinds of touch events that we might want. We have single touch, we have multiple touch, which we're going to do with a multi-point touch area. And then we have gestures, which we could do with a tap and hold or a flick, and also pinching. We're going to cover each of these as we go, but real quick, I just want to talk about the tap handler. The tap handler is a somewhat recent addition to Qt, and it's really similar to the mouse area, but in addition to allowing us to check on the buttons, we also are able to filter by devices. So in the next slide, I'll show you an example where we do that. Very similar to the mouse area, we have the ability to detect a single tap, a double tap, a long pressed. We are also able to get a tap count and a held time. And here in this example, if we were to modify the slide example from earlier with the mouse area, you can see we've changed it for a tap handler. And here we're accepting the mouse or the stylus, which means if I were to touch this text with my touch screen, this would be filtered out and this press would never happen. Now, the next thing we have is the multi-touch events, and this allows us to detect multiple touch points on the screen. What we're going to use for this is the multi-point touch area, and just like the mouse before, we're generally going to fill the area that we're targeting, which is usually either the entire screen or a certain rectangle. The multi-point touch area is going to use what's called the QML touch point object. And this is going to identify the information of the current point, its position, how much pressure, area, and where it also used to be. So in this example on the screen here, we have 3 touch points in our multi-point touch area. And when you touch them, we're able to get the rectangle to come up. Now, similar to the mouse area, there's also signals for press and release. But these ones are a little bit different because they are going to return a list of the points. So on pressed is going to return a list of all the pressed points. When they're released, it's going to give us a list of all the points that have changed. On update is going to be called anytime points that are already pressed have been moved. And that's also going to give us a list of the changed points. And there's also on touch updated, which is going to give us a list of all of the points anytime any of them change. In addition to those, we also have on gesture started and on canceled. On gesture started allows us to start a gesture event and cancel it with the gesture canceled. And on canceled is what happens when something else takes over the touching. So this can be useful if something was pressed and you want to stop what that was supposed to do. Now, I have an example of this here as well. And for our example here, it's just a very simple application. And what it does is it just has 10 touch points. And for each touch point, it's going to bring up a rectangle. And it's going to print how many points and where each one is located. So you can see if I put my finger down, we have 1 point here. On my second press, I get an additional point. My third, fourth, fifth, all the way up to number 10. These are all able to move individually. If I lift one, I'm able to put the point back. It's all going to depend on what order they're repressed. So if I were to put this finger down first, notice how it gets the red, this one gets the orange. If I put this finger back down, this gets the red, this gets the orange.
Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more, please subscribe to our channel and check out the free QML programming course on our website. The link is in the description.